Hi, this is Erin Renee from The Real Witches and any other number of crazy websites we're all connected to. And I'm going to kind of poke at Jess's gree stuff here that she had just done in another video because it's oddly like meditation for me. And it smells amazing. That jasmine oil, oh my god, that's some good stuff. Well, I think what I want to talk about today is in 2006, I had a prophetic dream, and I've been poking around the internet now for the last month trying to figure things out and watching people discredit other people and all this conflicting stuff about 2012, earth changes, all kinds of other things. Well, I think what I need to do is just tell my own experiences with this. And for the record, right now, my entire future, how I had it planned out for the last 4 years, was about getting on TV, doing things on a big scale with the Real Witches, and for doing my own readings and that kind of stuff. It looks like I'm going to need my hands, so I'm going to go ahead and move that. But I'm going to try to wrap this up in the whole 10-minute spiel because I know how it is. But my personal experience with this dream was so ground shaking to me that during the time I told everybody I could about it. I even went to like prophecy.com or something and put it in there. Of course, nobody even looked at it. And there's a lot of people that are having these earth changes dreams. So I want people to pay attention. I mean, I'm not that kind of person who's a conspirator who sits there and, has to believe that, I don't even know what HARP is, but people are talking about that and they're saying that man's making earthquakes to kill off other people. And I'm not like that, but I want to tell you that this is how the dream starts. At the time, I'm in Carson City, where I still am. But in the dream, I was on Alameda Island. And I'm standing on Alameda Island on somebody's lawn that's facing out towards San Francisco. And it's a beautiful area. Those are all Victorian homes, and it's gorgeous. And I remember standing there, and the sun's going down, and I'm waiting for fireworks to go off. And I know it's the 4th of July. And I'm not there with anybody else. Well, the first thing I notice is, I guess a flock of crows is called a murder of crows. But anyway, all these crows came in and they formed a vortex very near me. And I pay attention to birds to this day. I pay attention to flight patterns. I get emotional feelings from birds. I've tried to keep them as pets, it just never works. Me and the wild ones, we get along well. But the crows is the first thing I notice in this dream. And then, so I'm watching the fireworks getting ready to go off, and they're starting to go off. And then the next place I am is kind of on the peninsula, and I'm starting to see all these birds come in off the ocean, and they're shorebirds and big flight birds and pelicans and geese, and all these things are panicking, and they're flying in off the ocean, and they have to stop for a minute. And I'm getting all these emotional things from the birds, and they're like, we have to stop, but we're only going to stop for a minute, and a lot of us are going to die in flight. We have to just keep going. It's like I could see their hearts were going to explode, and it really freaked me out because I could feel that panic. Well, the next thing I saw was the wave coming in, and and I'm seeing this huge wave. It's like a massive tidal wave, tsunami, I don't know what you want to call it. And then I blip out of that scene, and I'm at the San Francisco Zoo, and I'm noticing all the animals are climbing over their enclosures, they're finding ways to get out. And I was in the lion's enclosure, and there was mule deer in there, and the deer were like, trying to scramble up the walls, because if you've been in these kinds of zoos, they're all like rock face and concrete and glass, so people can look in at them. But the wave crests over the enclosure, and it like hits this mule deer, and I know this is kind of graphic, but the whole deer explodes, and I'm like, oh my god, right? So I'm finding myself with the other animals trying to climb out of the enclosure, and then I blip out of that, and I'm in Oakland, and I'm trying to get to the Oakland Hills, and the water's starting to rush in, and I'm on some kind of a girder or some kind of building that's not finished yet, and I'm trying to scramble to the top because the water's rising, and I can hear like people, but it's the animals, it's the earth that's speaking to me more than anything, that I have to get to the hills. But I know in this dream that when I get to the hills are going to be overtaken, and that's where I am in this dream. And I wake up, and it's so funny, I go to work the next day. It's because when I worked at that stupid car dealership with those people, I had great people, I had great friends there. Some of them just didn't turn out to be great friends. But anyway, I remember telling one of the radio personalities that would come, because if you've ever worked in any kind of a business where they pay for advertising to get on to radio and stuff, and you're going to meet the reps. So I tell the rep during that time that my dream, and he goes, we spend every 4th of July on Alameda Island. And I went, oh, wow. So that was like, maybe I had dreamed that just to tell him. I wasn't sure. But I just know that it was so life-changing for me. And now, today is March 29th, 2011. So much has happened in this month. And I just want to tell you that I am so much more awakened to it. It's like my future doesn't exist anymore. I'm afraid people might accuse me of losing all grip on reality, but it's not that way either. I've started a survival kit. No, I'm not hoarding, because that's the first thing they tell you not to do, is to hoard. I'm not doing that, but I'm doing enough to keep my family alive. Or if my family has to come over the hill to come to Carson, I'll have something for them. But the earth changes are getting more and more. There's more things dying off. When the ley lines are screwed up, when the earth's, magnetic forces are shifting, the animals are confused, people are confused. I've been scrambled for weeks now. And if you pay attention, if you punch in on a search engine what's going on in March 2011, it's going to be like double and triple what it's been in the last few months. And we're talking all the volcanoes that are erupting, and they're just saying, oh, well, that's just from the earthquake. How many volcanoes erupted with that earthquake? And it's all over. Russia, China, Japan, Hawaii, even though, Kilauea is always erupting. Well, it erupted more, yesterday. So all I'm saying is, please pay attention to the earth. Please love your neighbors. Please become a global village. And we'll keep doing what we do as real witches, and I'm still doing readings, I'm still doing those things, but it's like the everyday stuff almost doesn't matter as much. I mean, I'll take care of my children, I'll love my family more, I'll do my best to keep food around. Money is something right now that we base everything on, but it's just another form of energy, and just make sure you do right for your family, you do right for yourself. And, we don't have comments anymore on our YouTube because we've had very strange things on there, mean things, and that's not right. People hide behind computers because they think that it's safe to do that. Where are we at time?
7 minutes, 8 minutes.
Okay. So anyway, I'm just saying that I don't need any negative stuff. If you want to feel negative, or if you get mad about something that I'm saying, that's because there's a resonance within you that is responding to the words that I'm speaking. And either it's going to open truth in your mind and in your heart, or it's going to make you get mad and want to fight back. And either one of those things is a resonance on the words that come from anybody. So pay attention to how you feel emotionally about things.
Very good.
Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you.